Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your boy DJ Steady Manos. I am here at the retirement center. We're here at the retirement center to pay a good visit to my old friend. I need my glasses. Where's my glasses go? Gotta go look for my glasses. Let's go look. I thought I had them in here. But anyways, today's goal is to try to figure out how to unmute it. I have an idea, and we're gonna unmute that sucker. It goes on mute anytime I load a song. It goes straight to mute. And like I said in my previous video, it goes through 2 stages. First is load the song. First you get a song, you throw it in there, and then it starts downloading. So the first time it muted, and then when it finished downloading, it unmutes itself. But if it skipped the download part, it just goes straight to load. You know, it just go on mute. Like for example, this one I hear last night, I played them. The first couple of them, I played them. So the software recognized it, right? The software, the database, it created like a little database. So it's going to recognize it. So it should go straight to mute. It's not going to go to the download process. So if we grab this and drop it in, it should go straight to mute. See that? It went, whoo, it downloaded real quick. And it went straight to mute. Now, if you go grab a song way down here that I haven't even touched yet, and my software doesn't recognize it yet, it's going to go through 2 stages. Hold on. All right, let's unmute it. So we're going to unmute it. See right there, it says mute. Let's take the mute off. And then we're going to drop this one in. Let's see what happens with this one. We're going to drop it in. It should go to a load and then download. Load, mute. Now it's unmute. See that? So I'm going to try to figure out, and I got an idea, but I got to get my glasses because I can't see. I got to wear some glasses like DMC. I thought I had them over there. Here's the bifocals. Let's go back. So that's the idea today, is try to figure this out. I got an idea. So anytime I make any changes on this controller, because I map stuff, I named it myself. I named it after myself. So you could save it, right? You make any changes, you save it. And I'm going to go straight to the default and see what happens. So if you go to your settings, if you click on the settings, and then you go to your mapping, here goes my controller. If you go to the mapping, here's the one I named. There goes a little thing right there where you can save it. I saved it under my name. So anytime I make a change, I save it under my name. It's real easy. You just put your name right next to it and just save it. And if you want to go back to the default, you can. So right now, if you do a search and you type in mute, it's going to come up with this weird looking input select. I don't know what that is. What I'm thinking is when it download, because you load it first, right? You load the song, it's going to mute it. The second one is going to turn off the mute. So it's going to, you get a song, load it, and then it downloads. And when it's done downloading it, and unmute. So that's what I'm thinking that is. But I'm going to go check out the other one, the settings before that, the original, the factory default. So when I hit the factory default, it's going to go, you know. So I don't have any of my stuff that I saved here. Let's see what happens. Let's close this. Now let's see what happens when you load a song in. Let's see if it does the same thing. Just grab it and drop it. It did the same thing. It did the same thing. So let's go back and go back to the factory default. And now we're going to just type in mute and see what happens. What is this mute thing is about? Yeah, it does the same thing. So we have to mute there also. So they put it in there for some reason. I'm not sure what's the reason. So we're going to go back to mine. And I tell you what we're going to do. I am going to delete it. I'm going to delete it. And if something ever happens, I know exactly what happened. If it doesn't want to work no more, if it doesn't want to load a song, I know what happened. I'm going to have to put it back in there, and that's it. I have to live with it. But I have another idea, because when the song recognizes it, when your system recognizes a song, it's going to mute it first, right? It's going to mute it. So let's say I play all these songs over and over and over. They're gonna always mute it, mute it, mute it, mute it, mute it, mute it. That's the first thing it's gonna do, mute. The second time, unmute. So I have a workaround for that. A workaround. And we're gonna do the other one first, and then we're gonna do the workaround. So like I said, this one's already played. I grab this one right here and I drop it in, and it's gonna go straight to mute because it's gonna already download it real quick. Boom, mute. See that? And even give it a chance to download. Or well, download real quick. It went straight to mute. So all these songs that I already played and the system already recognized, they already made a database for it. It's gonna mute them. So I could reverse the command. I could do two things. I could come over here and we're gonna type in mute. So I could either do two things. I could reverse the command where the first one it says mute on, and the next command it says mute off. I could do mute off first and then mute on. So we could do that. But I want to delete it. I want to delete this command. I want to see what happens. So we're going to get a little notepad and we're going to put it in there first, because in case it doesn't work, I got to go back. But even though I'm going to put a comment on the notepad, even though let's say even though I didn't put a notepad, right? I could always go back to the default and figure it out. And I said, okay, you know what I mean? So there's always a plan B for everything. So now we're going to come over here with the notepad and we're going to write input. We're going to put this input. That's a key. And the command is that. So we're going to put input. Actually, let's put it in caps. Input underscore select. And then we're going to put the command right below it. So the command is all this mess. I'm going to copy all this. Copy it. Actually, I'm going to cut it because I want to remove it. I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to paste it right here. So there goes the command right there. Put it in my notes. And let's save this right here and see what happens. We're going to save it. Remember, under my name, Bethel. So we're going to save that puppy. I remove the command. We're going to see what happens. It probably won't even download a song. I'm like, not downloading a song. I broke it. I broke it. All right, let's exit out. Let's take the mute off. Let's grab a song and see what happens. Well, here we go. Boom. It still went to mute. Why did it go to mute? I swear. Let's grab another one. Let me close the system down. Let's close it up. Let's close it up and bring it back up. See, it's downloading everything. Downloading title, downloading. Boom. The database. Let's grab it again and see what happens. To America Must Want. It should go straight to mute. Mute. All right. So I'm always I have to deal with the mute situation, but I'm gonna do a workaround. See, when the system recognizes it, create a database, it's gonna go straight to mute. So I have an idea. I could either change it. Let's type in input. I think that's what it was. Input select. So I typed the input select, it didn't pop up. Let's put in mute again. Maybe it didn't delete it because it's part of the hardware. It's gone. It's gone. So I put input select right there again. Even though I delete the mute, it's still muting. So let's reverse that. Let's see what happens. Let's get this little command and let's reverse it and see what happens. Let's see if it does the opposite. If that doesn't work, I have a plan. Plan C. All right, so I put the command back in there. And right here where it says mute on, I'm going to put mute off. The first one's going to be mute off. Oops, lower letters. Off. And this one's going to be mute on. Mute on. Let's see what happens with this one. All right, let's save this puppy. Now I reverse it. I said, you're gonna download that sucker. Let's mute that sucker off. If this works, I'm done. I'm done with it. They're always gonna go through that crazy mute loop. So I'm not even gonna deal with it. The songs that are brand new is gonna mute it first, or mute it off first, and then mute it on. Let's see. Let's grab a song, and right now let's turn the mute off first. I want to see. We could even unload the song. Let's unload it. All right, let's go ahead and grab the song and see if it mutes it first. It should unmute it. Ooh, it unmuted. Let's grab this one again. Let's try this one. It went to mute. Yeah. Let's grab this one again. The 1000 hours. And no matter what, it's always going to mute it first. So, plan C. Plan C. Let's go ahead and put mute again. We're going to reverse it again. Put it the way it was originally. It's going to be mute on. Have a plan C. And this one right here is going to be off. This is the way it was originally. So it's just like that. Mute on, mute off. All right, so the plan didn't work. So now we're going to do something else. Load. We're going to load. And we're going to do this right here. Load. Oh, I got to look for a song. Load it. So I'm going to look for this one here. It says on song load. So when the song is getting loaded, I want it to do what? When the song gets loaded, I want it to do what? I want it to mute, because now I want to do the opposite. Let's mute that sucker. And that's it. Save it. Save it under my name. So I saved it. Let's go ahead and close it now. Let's close the system. Like I said, I'm always going to be stuck in the mute loop. I call it a mute loop. No matter what. But at least all the songs that I played and they recognize it. Let's say I do a mix. I always do a mix. If I leave it like this, it's going to mute the songs always. First, it's going to always mute it, because that's the first thing it says, mute on. Second one, mute off. It's always. So now these songs right here, the first couple of songs I already recognize. The system recognizes it. The database recognizes it. Now, since I put a command saying when you load the song, mute it all. Or mute it. It's going to do the opposite. Now it's going to be boom. No more mute. Boom. No more mute. Boom. No more mute. Now, the one down here is going to mute it because I haven't played them. They're brand new. They're fresh. Now, this one right here is going to mute it. Mute off. Mute on. Oh, I'm surprised. It didn't do it. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I got lucky on that one. Let's grab another one. Remember, it should mute off first and then mute on. Mute off. Oh, that one did that one. Some of these already probably recognize it, the database. So let's see. So far, so good. See that? All of them so far. I think because I probably already played all these. The system already recognized it. Let's go look for another playlist that the system probably doesn't recognize. I don't know which one they recognize, so let's try this one. Let's try this song right here and see what happens. Bye, 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 boo, boo, boo. So far, every song is working. No more mute. Let it work around. I told you. Your boy, man. I think about stuff. And I said, let me do this. See that? Every single song, it works now. To deal with that mute no more. But occasionally it's going to happen. When you download a fresh song, it should happen. Let's go try and look for a title song. Let's see. I got title right here. Let's look for a song and title. Let's look for Jigaboo Pie. Jigaboo. How you spell Jigaboo? Let's look for Jigaboo Pie. AMG. That's it right there. AMG. Jigaboo. Yeah, I downloaded with no mute. That was sweet. I haven't even played that song and title yet, but we're gonna hear it. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Jigaboo pie. DJ City Bundle, bag away.
Yeah, yeah. This is dedicated to the pretty black young woman from AMG. Yeah.
P5 fum.
P5 fum. I spread the jam for the whole house. Give me some baby up, maybe. Put your lips back it up and flip it and rub it down to the bone. Call me when your mama ain't home. AMG, a 69 king. Gotta look them up and take my pick like if I had a fro.
All right, let's look for another one. Let's see. I know Tidal has some weird selections. Let's go to their genres. Haven't played any of these. Let's see what happens. Come on, country. Give me some good country. Bigger than a song. Let's slap it on and see if it goes to mute. Boom! Yo, boy, DJ City Manos, I'm out. Peace!